Hello my friends, this is Jackie with the Creek, and have we got a loaded up kit for you. Beautiful Winter Wonderland kit. So let's talk about what's in it. First of all, for the centerpiece, you're going to get the small wreath board. For the wreath, we're going to use the ring board. For mesh, we're going to use this beautiful snowy mesh. And then we're going to use this gorgeous, shiny aqua mint almost mesh. For the ribbon, of course, when you're talking about Winter Wonderland, we got to have some snowflakes. For the centerpiece, we have this tree that's 20 inches tall to go in the center. Look how pretty that is. And then you're going to get a package of 24 ornament balls, it looks like. 24 ornament balls. I can't count that fast. There's a lot of them. All right. And then you're going to get some very glittery, shiny, frosted picks to fill the wreath and the centerpiece out. You're also going to get a pack of 12 snowflakes. And then for the wreath, we're going to light it up with some indoor lights to give it some extra glisten. And then we're going to be using Chanel stems. You'll get 2 packs of these to put everything together. And for those of you that have never made a kit before, first and foremost, you get to watch me struggle to open this. Oh, not this time. But you're going to get a tape measure. This tape measure is super easy to use. And you just pull it out. And it is sticky. So you would just stick it down to wherever you want to work and cut. Alright? Alright, now that you've seen what we're working with, let me show you the tools that you are going to need. You're going to need a pair of scissors, and for this one, a pair of wire cutters or florist nips. All right, and that's pretty, and your hot glue. Don't forget your hot glue gun. All right, let's get started. All right, my friends. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to divide and separate our materials and what you're going to need. For the centerpiece, which is what we're working on now, you're going to need one of the hemlock sprays. You're going to need 4 of the snowflakes. And then we're going to use 8 ornament balls. I chose to use the dull white one along with the shiny blue. Okay. You're going to need the small oval, 1 package of the pipe cleaners. You're going to need the Christmas tree. And then you're going to need 8 pieces of ribbon cut 12 inches. So to cut your ribbon, what you want to do, spin it off the roll and then measure 12 inches. To dovetail, take your ribbon end to end, fold it again, wire side facing you, and then on an angle pointing to the left, make a cut, and that's how you make a dovetail. For the mesh, what we're going to do is you are going to need 8 pieces of the mesh cut 20 inches long. And to do that, if possible, because it just makes it easier to ruffle, you want to pull both of the meshes together at the same time with the snowball layered on top. That's what I have here. I have the snowball layered on top of the ice blue. And then you just take your scissors and cut them both at the same time. and then kind of gently roll it up and keep them together. You don't want to separate them. Okay? One more time. Bring your both pieces of mesh together, pull them at the same time. And we're cutting 20 inches, so cut them both together at the same time. Keep them together as best as you can. And it's okay if they come apart a little bit. It's not the end of the world because we're going to do a ruffle. And then gently roll it up and set it aside. Alright, so let's load our board to get started. So to start, we're going to need 10 pipe cleaners. And what I like to do what I call a pre-fold. Notice I'm not folding it, I'm just kind of like bending it in a U shape. And then I'm going to flip my board over to the wrong side, facing up. And we're going to use row 2. And we're going to use the main holes. And then to mount our Christmas tree on, we're going to use the center holes, just 2 that are directly across from each other. Once you're done loading your board, just hold it and flip it over and put it on your table. And then we're going to twist the ones on the outside to lock them into place. And then we're going to kind of push these out of the way. And we're going to go ahead and mount our tree now. So we're going to pull our pipe cleaners all the way up and through. And we're going to lay them down flat, kind of get them out of the way. And now we're going to bring our tree over and we're going to put it in the center. Now, if you want to, you can put a little hot glue on your board to help it so your tree doesn't move. That's perfectly okay. But all we're really going to need to do to secure this down is make sure it's centered. And then we're going to take our pipe cleaner and twist, 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 twist to secure it down into place. And then what's left of the pipe cleaner, I'm just going to tuck down out of the way underneath the tree. Like I said, if you want to, you can put a little hot glue on the underneath. And you can also, if you've got a couple of zip ties laying around, you can use zip ties to secure down the Christmas tree if you need to. All right. So now that we have our tree down, we're ready to start the base of our centerpiece. So I'm going to open up my pipe cleaners. And now we're ready to start ruffling our mesh. So what you want to do is you want to grab the 2 pieces of mesh together. And we are doing this curl side down. And then all we're going to do, we're not even going to roll it under or anything like that. We're just going to ruffle our 2 pieces together. This does not have to be perfect, my friends. The whole purpose of the other mesh is just to kind of create a snowy illusion. So we're not looking for perfection at all. And then once you get your ruffle, you'll lay it in there. and secure it with your pipe cleaner. Now, if you find this to be a little bit difficult, that's okay. Doing two pieces together, not everybody can, and that's fine. Just go ahead and take your two pieces apart and just ruffle your mesh first. Like so. And go ahead and secure that one down into your pipe cleaner. And then just come back with your snowball, ruffle it up. And then secure that down. And either way, my friends, will work just fine. You cannot tell the difference between them being ruffled together or separate. So it's fine either way that you need to do it. Okay? But in the interest of me going faster, I'm going to ruffle mine together for you. Once again, roll side down. The reason that I'm doing this roll side down is I'm wanting my mesh to cup up this direction so that my elements will lay a little bit flatter. So once again, if you need to, sometimes it's just easier to work with one piece at a time. Tie that one in there. And then come back with your snowball mesh. Now we just need to do that 4 more times. I am pulling my snowball mesh basically kind of over the top because it's going to help hide the fraying of the mesh as well. So this is really giving the kind of the exact look that I was hoping for, like rolling hills of snow against the tree. All right, so now we want to go in with our ribbon, and remember there's 8 pieces of ribbon at 12 inches long. And we're going to put 1 piece in each tie. We're just going to fold it over, pinch, and put into our tie. Fold over, and I just use my hand, my finger, to roll it up and make my pinch. And then add it into my pipe cleaner. You just really need to give it just one twist. That's all it really takes. So since this is a round centerpiece, the whole idea is there will not be a bad side to it. It all has to be filled in. But let me tilt this up just so you can get a look at where it's at right now. So you can see really how pretty that is. Okay, so now we're going to add our hemlock. Okay, now I've already cut some of the branches off. But what you're going to do, this pick is actually a little long, so let me show you. Each individual point sticks out a little bit further than what I wanted it to. I don't want it sticking out past the mesh. So what I did was I found a point in which I could actually get another pick out of this and make two. So at the bottom, I took this tine and that tine and I folded it down. And right at the tip of that, that's where I'm going to cut. And basically make a whole nother pick. And you really won't be able to tell the difference between the two. So once again, I'm going to cut that off and separate it. And then right here at the bottom, we're going to pull these two out of the way. And then I'm going to cut right here to separate, the two picks. Okay? So there's a couple ways you can add these. You can just tie them in with the pipe cleaners, or you can hot glue them in because they're ultra lightweight. And we're just going to use the pipe cleaners to tie them in. So we're going to take one per tie and tie it in. And I'm going to pull back the tine on this one. And then give it a good twist. And then I'm really going to separate out my tines and not leave them laying flat. And I'm going to alternate between the two different picks because they are a little bit different. So I'm going to alternate every other between them. And I always pull up on my pick so it's not flattening my ribbon out as well. The beginning of our hemlock in, you'll notice that you have 4 pieces left. Don't worry, we're going to use those, but we're going to set those to the side for a minute. And now we're going to work on our ornament balls. And this is going to be pretty simple. All right, so take your pipe cleaner, put the blue ornament ball on one side, put the white ornament ball on the other side, and then you're just going to push them down. And then use your pipe cleaner, pull it down to tie them in. And you might pop an ornament head off, like I just did when doing that. But you just put it back on. And now at this point, we're done with the pipe cleaner. So we're going to clip off so you can't see it. like so. We're going to skip this tie, go on to the next one. And I'm going to make sure that my white one is on this side, facing the blue, so I don't have two blues together. And this, we're doing this all on the top so we don't feed things down, back down through the bottom. And the reason we're doing that is so that the bottom of our centerpiece stays very clean to sit on a table. So this time, we're going to skip this tie, go over one. I'm going to, once again, make sure white is on that side. Twisting the pipe cleaner. Cutting it off. We're going to skip a tie again to this one. And that has our ornament balls on. So next up, now we want to place our 4 snowflakes. Now our snowflakes have ornament hangers on them that we don't need. So we're just going to cut them off. It's a fishing line, so it's a little bit difficult for you to see here on the camera. But they're there. It's a little fishing line, so we're going to cut that off. And then what we're going to do is add these in once again using our pipe cleaner on every other, but we kind of want to stand them up. We don't want them to lay flat like that. We kind of want to stand them up to give dimension. So you're going to kind of push your pipe cleaner through, meeting the other side. And then just twist. Now this is where, if you want to, I'll show you. I'll undo this one. This is where, oh, look, oh, snag's pretty good. This is where you also could use your hot glue gun. Just cut your pipe, go ahead and cut your pipe cleaner off. We don't need it anymore since you don't want to use that to tie in, which is fine. Because tilting it up with the pipe cleaner is a little bit more difficult. So all you have to do is on one end, and I'm using the thicker tine. There's a tine that sticks further out, so that's the one we're going to use. And we're going to put quite a bit of hot glue on one end, and these are really lightweight. And then we're just going to kind of like push that in there. And since I keep pulling that one off, we're going to hot glue that down and kind of tilt it up. We don't want to tilt it up too far that you don't see it on this side, but we kind of want to tilt it up far enough that it has personality. Okay, so I wasn't sure which would look fuller by the time we were done with, so that's why we saved our last 4 pieces. And so I've decided that I'm going to place them under the ornament balls, but I'm going to move these over this way to take up some space. And then what I'm going to do, so these tilt the right way that I want them, I'm going to hot glue them under the ornament balls and face it to the left. So I'm going to pull the one to the right and face the other one to the left. And you just push that into your mesh to your pipe cleaner to secure it. It'll be fine. So we're just going to do that to our ornament balls. We're going to push this to the right. A little hot glue on there. And take that one to the left. Now this one's already sitting to the right, so I'm not going to fight it to go to the left. So in this case, I'll go ahead and just hot glue the one to the right. And there you have it, my friends, a Winter Wonderland centerpiece. Tilt that up so you can get a good look at it. No bows required, nothing fancy. Just Winter Wonderland. I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. And don't forget, there is a live or another tutorial that we will make the matching wreath for this. So this would be a good piece for you to put on your front doorway or anywhere, but we're going to make a matching wreath out of the materials that are left. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Bye.